We have a voicemail number, and that number is 2192 David P. Here's speaking of awakenings, Tulsi Gabbard had an awakening and went from the left to the right. Dave Rubin had an awakening and went to the left, from the left to the right. Here's a really good voicemail about the way these awakenings differ when it's left to right versus right to left. Take a listen.
Hey, David, it's Tommy. Have you ever noticed that when people shift political sides, that if they go from the left to the right, usually off the deep end, like Jesse Dollemore used to be, hardcore conservative, said some terrible things. Now on the left, and he makes a lot of sense, and he's intelligent and well-informed. But then you get people like Tulsi or Diamond and Silk, who used to be Democrats, and now they're on the Republican side, and they're just out of their minds.
Yep.
What's the deal with that?
This is a very interesting observation. Very, very interesting observation. I think there's a couple reasons why going from left to right leads to extremist lunacy, and going from right to left is less commonly leading to that kind of lunacy. By definition, I mean, when we talk about what is the right wing, generally speaking, is reactionary, and it is fear-oriented. If your only issue for why you go left to right is, I realized instead of a 37% top tax rate, we should really have like a 22% flat tax, okay? That is not radical in the sense that many of these other beliefs are radical. And I'm not aware of anybody who went from left to right because of a disagreement about what the top tax rate should be. Generally speaking, the reasons people go left to right are based in fear, and they are extraordinarily reactionary. It's stuff about, they've been brainwashed about transgender, or they've become convinced that anyone who gets an abortion is literally a murderer, or that Democrats want to open the floodgates with Mexican rapists who will rape your daughters and sell drugs and whatever, right? What pulls people to the right are ignorant and factually incorrect, but also reactionary, fear-based ideologies. And so the people susceptible to such a drastic 180, because let's be honest, if you're 16 and your political views change significantly, you're just learning about what the world is like. It's more believable. When a 40-year-old man like Dave Rubin or a 40-year-old woman like Tulsi Gabbard do a 180, you have to wonder, is it a grift and this is just they're choosing the most profitable character to play? Or are they so ignorant or susceptible to cult mentalities that they are willing to be sucked in? By definition, that is going to lead to people being extreme. On the other hand, and I agree, people like Jesse Dollemore, Cenk Uygur, others who used to be on the right and go to the left, they come to the left for very non-radical beliefs. Hey, you know what? I've realized we have the money to provide everybody a basic level of a standard of living with the taxes that we are collecting. I want to be part of the movement that wants to do that. It's not fear-based. It's not reactionary. It's actually empathetic. And so at its core, I believe that is the most important reason why we see left to right awakenings be extraordinarily extreme and right to left awakenings not be that. Let me know your thoughts. We have a great bonus show for you today. Raphael Warnock is suing Georgia over early voting restrictions for the December 6th runoff. The U.S. has fined airlines, U.S. government has fined airlines $7.5 million for canceled flights. We'll talk about when this happened and why it's controversial and relevant. And Mitch McConnell is facing a leadership challenge from Rick Scott in the Senate. Where will this one go? We will talk about it on the bonus show. You can sign up and get instant access at joinpacman.com.